Well, what's up guys, this is Daniel from Arms Family Homestead, and my microphone is way crooked. So first off, I want to say happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, all the wives and mothers. Happy Mother's Day to you guys, because as much as us men hate to admit it, we couldn't do this family thing without you. You are so important, so valued, and we love you. So happy Mother's Day. Second, it's been 2 days since I put up the Premier One perma fence netting, permanet fencing around the greenhouse. No deer in the garden yet. So far that's a success. And I don't have any pictures for you yet. I told you I was going to put up a couple trail cameras, see if we can catch a picture of a deer getting his tongue zapped. Well, no luck there yet either. But been doing a little work out here this morning. I've got a couple people on their way to come pick up some goats. We'll see if they want to be a part of this video for that. But check it out. Got some stuff planted out here beside the high tunnel. There's a little bit of morning shade right here, but that's okay. But got the Premier One permanet up. Got my drip system ran out here. Got some tomatoes that I started from seed. These are Roma tomatoes. Got those out. I needed to get them put out. They were getting pretty big, but they're already starting to bloom. Of course, they were blooming in the high tunnel in their little pots. And a couple squash plants. Here comes Houston and Jacoby. But I want to take you in and show you a couple things in here. So on my tomatoes inside, you know, I showed you guys my tomato cages. And then I was doing the Florida weave on some Arkansas travelers. I keep calling it the California weave. Whatever, stake and weave. But so many people said I need to try single stem and run them up a string. And I've done that a little bit in the past. But with all the suggestions I had, I thought, you know, I'm all about experimenting, learning, trying to do different things. And if it's going to be more efficient, let's try it. But first, there's Houston. What's up, buddy?
What's up?
What are you doing this morning?
Nothing.
You and Jacoby out there playing with the goats?
Uh-huh.
So Houston's been kind of sad lately. He's kind of upset with me because we're selling baby goats.
Even Brownie.
Even Brownie, yeah. He's a little upset. But back to the tomatoes. So I'll show you what I've been doing. So I came in and installed that pipe that runs down. It just sets on my trusses. It's just a piece of chain link top rail. You see, I just laid it across my trusses and tied it in there. Dropped some strings down from that. So I'm coming in here. This is an Arkansas Traveler. Not finished pruning it yet, but I've got some little tomato clips. They clip onto the string, hold the tomato up. Most of them have 2 fruit sets on them already. So I'm just coming in and trimming up all the leaves. I need to finish trimming, leaving a couple at the top. But there's 6 of these Arkansas Travelers that I'm growing like this. I've got them all staked up except for one. So I'll set the camera up and show you guys what I'm doing. So obviously, since my goal is to grow these up a single stem, we've got to get rid of all the extra suckers and limbs on this thing. So we're just going to come in here and trim all this extra chaos off of here, and be sure we don't trim the one with our fruit set. And we'll make these single stem. See, it's just really hard for me to do this. If you've grown tomatoes, you understand. This is a sucker. This is the main stem. So this sucker would come out here and eventually produce fruit too, but it's going to turn into one heck of a bush if I don't get rid of all the suckers. So a sucker grows off the main stem. In between a limb and the stem, you get a sucker coming up. This is hard to do, but just clip it off. Now there's our fruit set. This one only has 1 fruit set so far, but we're going to go ahead and trim him up a little more. There. So now I'll come in here with my string that I've got run down from the ceiling and use my little tomato clips. I bought these on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description box down below to these. They do a really good job of holding the string tight and the tomato. Once you get your tomato straight and clip it anyways, pull the string tight, clip him on there. Now I've got to be careful. I don't want that string to hurt my fruit set, so I'm just going to kind of weave this around the string here and let that tomato grow up the string. Come up here a little higher, put another clip on. There you go, simple as that. We're gonna have that tomato plant growing up a string, and it'll be able to go all the way up, probably about 9 feet up in the greenhouse. So we'll see how that goes. So I'm gonna do my best to stick to the plan with those Arkansas Travelers down there and do them on a single stem. I usually kind of get lazy and they get bushy and kind of go crazy on me. But that's why I've got these in cages, because when they're in a cage, they can get as bushy as they want, and when the limbs start coming outside the cage, I can just come in here and get rid of the limbs I don't want and keep everything nice and neat in the cage. Now it turns into a big, huge mess, but it makes a lot of tomatoes that way. So in Oklahoma, a sure sign that summer is almost here is this right here. Squash and zucchini. They're starting to just almost bloom. There's a little flower, hadn't quite bloomed yet. There's the fruit. But we're gonna have squash and zucchini in here in just a matter of days. And I can't wait. I love squash and zucchini. So after trimming up my tomatoes, I've got a whole bucket of tomato leaves right here. And I wanna kinda fill you guys in on something I'm trying out. As you know, I've told you I've had a huge problem with aphids on my things like kale, especially kale and collard greens. The aphids are just tearing them up. They're getting more of it than I am. But I found an article online about making a homemade spray using tomato leaves to control aphids. And I've kind of been testing it out for a couple weeks. I'm not going to say it's 100% perfect, but it seems like it's working pretty good. So all you do is you take those tomato leaves that you pruned off your tomato plants, take about 3 or 4 cups of them in the house and run them through a food processor or a blender and put them in about 8, 10, 12 ounces, 20 ounces of water, something like that, and let it steep overnight or for a day or so. You don't have to put heat to it. You just let that tomato juice soak into all that water, get good and blended, and then strain it out really well and put it in a little hand sprayer, spray your plants. And the theory there is aphids hate tomato plants. They don't mess with tomatoes. And you take that tomato juice from the leaves and put on your other crops, and it deters the aphids because they don't like the tomato. I don't know if it's 100% scientific. I don't know if it's going to work forever, but it seems to be working right now. And I'm just trying to avoid spraying very many chemicals on my leafy greens because my wife and I juice so many of them. We love to take those fresh greens and juice them, and I know there's organic sprays out there, but if I can use just tomato leaves and make my own spray, that's not going to harm us at all. So better than even an organic spray, in my opinion. I don't know. What's your opinion? What do you guys think about that? Have any of you ever heard of using tomato leaves to spray for aphids? We'll see if it works. I'm going to continue testing it out. So we got all the work done in the garden this morning and sold a few goats to a fellow law enforcement officer that works in Oklahoma City and his family. Bella, ain't that right? So we still got a few more goats available if anybody's interested. They're not all sold yet, but these two boys said it's too hot to work outside. They want to go to the creek and go fishing. So here we go. Ain't that right?
Yeah.
Clearly they have way more energy than I do. Them boys ran off and left me. Not real sure how I'm gonna manage to get 2 5-year-olds to get their fishing poles in the water at the same time, because neither one of them can really throw a fishing pole yet, so it's kind of on me. It ought to be fun though. If I hold the button down, the line ain't going anywhere. Okay? Look at my hand. If I hold it,
I'm not a good thrower. No, I ain't. Bad
goes
thumbs up.
Okay?
Dad, throw!
Alright, let's go.
I told the guys something.
What'd you tell the guys?
I said, I'm not a good thrower.
Oh yeah?
Thumbs up.
What do you got? Reel him in, Houston, reel him in.
Got a catfish.
Got a catfish? I don't think you got a catfish.
bluegill.
Oh yeah, don't reel it up so far. That's a pretty one, Houston. Good job, buddy.
Thank you.
Bella wants a bite. Jacoby's hung up. This is quite the process with two of y'all. Be still and be quiet. Be still and be quiet, Houston. Just back up a little bit. Back up a little bit. He's trying to eat that fish. Well, fishing didn't work out for very long. These two boys lost interest quickly, which I kind of had a feeling they would. It's warm out here. It's hot out here.
Daddy!
And our driveway gets really slick. So Houston calls it the slip and slide.
What happens when I put this in the water?
So they're having fun.
Watch what happens when I put it in the water. This comes apart easily.
Just comes apart.
Uh-huh.
Huh. Well, that's amazing. On your mark, get set.
Go!
Why? Houston cheated.
Is that a snake?
No, it's a worm. Some kind of worm. Yeah, look at that big old worm. I bet we could put him on a hook and go over there and catch a fish, Houston.
Me too.
Golly, he's wiggly. Look at that. Let's go put him on a hook. I told you you'd catch a fish on that worm. That didn't take very long. Good job. What do you think about that?
Dad, can I catch a fish with the worm too?
Yeah, just a second. Let me get this one off the hook. Looky there. You can see through him in the sunlight. Good try, he said. That one worm, he's caught two fish so far on one worm.
And I found a crab.
What you got, Jacoby? A fish. Huh.
Whoa, I see a big one.
You see a big one? Reel him up here, Jacoby. Let's see what you got. That's good enough. That's good enough. Quit reeling. Looky there. That's a pretty big one, Jacoby.
Jacoby, look. I pulled a pinch. We're gonna do it. Watch me.
Well guys, thanks for watching and hanging out with us today. Jacoby is over here. This boy loves hanging out at our house, don't you, Jacoby? Yeah? Are you wore out yet? We got to go back to the house and get cleaned up because Mom and Emily are on their way back home. I had a garbage sale today. Some people call them garage sales, but I call them garbage sales. I didn't really want any part in that, so I said I'll hang out with the boys at the house today. And we got a lot of chores done in the garden, sold a few goats, and if you're interested in goats, like I said earlier, some Kiko and Kiko cross goats, we've still got a few for sale. So anyways, awesome evening at the creek. Boys got to catch a couple fish, play in the water, have a little fun.
Yeah.
They look bashful. Jacoby, are you bashful?
No.
Nope. I know Bella's not bashful, are you, sis? You want to be right in the middle of the action. So anyways, anything you want?
So thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe down below, and we'll see you in the next video.